I'm really excited to share with you our next four-part series. As you know, I use this series in a way of using my four rooms, your mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually fit rooms. So we unpack things. So if you're new to the party, if you're new to the newsletter, I want you to know, please feel free, reach out. We'll make sure you get the other ones. We also list them on YouTube. So you can always check me out on YouTube. And we did boundaries last month. We've done the power of play. We've done self-care. We've done a lot of really cool stuff. So you ready? It is Stop It series. What does that mean? So, as you know from my book, The Powerhouse in You, How to Lead with Greater Courage and Confidence, what I want you to be thinking about is in here, I give you some ideas of ways in which perhaps our mentally fit room where we can hold ourselves back. So, let me give you an example. Yesterday, what happened was I was on a Zoom meeting. I don't know if you can relate to this at all. And a colleague was sharing something. And, at one point there was a bit of a space. And so what did I do? Say something which I thought was funny and it did not land. Now, please understand it wasn't inappropriate. That's not the kind of humor I use. So, however, it didn't land. And truthfully, it didn't fit the circumstance. And people just kind of had this straight face, and I felt bad about myself. And I got off the call and I thought, okay, you got to shake this off. Where is this coming from? And then it became clear to me, that this is something that my family of origin do a lot. We use humor as a way of coping, as a way of connecting, as a way of, dealing with conflict. And of course, in some cases, it's really inappropriate. So I'll be doing this exercise right along with you. So you're ready? Get your pen and pad out. What I'd like you to do is give yourself some quiet space. And I'd like you to just to put at the top of the page, what thinking gets in the way of me as a leader or as a team member from being able to be more happy, more healthy, more successful, and that I need to stop. Right? I'll say that again. So at the top of the page, what thinking gets in the way or blocks me or prevents me from being happier, healthier, and more successful? And I need to stop it, right? So what I'd like you to do then is write down a list of all the things that you find. So again, it's always about paying attention to the patterns. I'm a huge fan. Pay attention to those patterns, right? So what I want you to do is then write that list, go back to the list and go, okay, which one is glaring? Which one is jumping out at me right now that I'm experiencing in my everyday when I go to work, whether it's from your home office or your physical office. So what I want you to do now is take that and put that on a separate page. And now what I want you to do is start to unpack it, whether it's bullet point or where did it come from? Is it family of origin? Because obviously this is something that you used at some point to help you at some point in your life. And now it may not be something that's serving you well. Or maybe it's never served you well. It's a self-sabotage. Typically I find things come from some, situation where we're trying to survive it or get through it or cope. And so it just doesn't fit current time. Okay, so then what I'd like you to do is then for the next 7 days, I can't get the fingers up for some reason. There we go. 7 days, I'd like you to just take an observing look, be that owl and look around and notice where the behavior shows up and be compassionate with yourself. If it ends up in my case where I'm using humor inappropriately again, or in a way that just doesn't fit the situation, I'm going to take that breath and go, okay, oh, there it is. So that's, again, me being uncomfortable with maybe the silence, or maybe it's me being uncomfortable with seriousness or conflict, or whatever the case may be. So, okay, I'll be loving with myself. So now what I'll do is instead now, as I stop that behavior, I'm going to start maybe just getting with my breath and allowing myself to be silent. Okay? So I would love for you to share with me how this has been helpful. Please share it with your team. Remember, you are a powerhouse.